Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. It is October the 13th. My name is Kyle, and this is Maker Notes. And today we are going to celebrate Socktober with a series of sock yarns that are on special. Lots of S's today. 15% off of their 6 different sock yarns that we are featuring. You can see all of them in the newsletter and click on their images to get to the links. We'll start with this one. It's just sort of what inspired everything here. This is I'm Batty About Halloween, Batty for Halloween, something like that. It's by Stone Knits, and this sample was knit by Juniper. The original pattern has the little bats, the little stranded pattern, the Fair Isle pattern going all the way down the foot. Juniper decided instead to omit those bats on the foot, and instead they used a series of fun stripes. And I think that's really fun because that is hiding in your shoe, and then when you take your shoes off, there are stripes. And they're very scary, I don't know. But anyway, this is a fun pattern that uses a yarn in this sample called Kobasi. Kobasi is a wool-free sock yarn that is from Haiku. It's 220 yards and a 50-gram hank. This is 55% cotton, 16 bamboo, 21% elastic nylon, and 8% silk. So you will need 2 of these. If you wanted to make a pair of solid socks, you would use 1, I guess, for each sock. But if you wanted to do something fun and colorful, you can mix up a series of colors. The colors for Juniper sample are listed in our newsletter. You can check those out if you'd like to replicate that color patterning, as well as a link to that really fun pattern if you'd like to purchase that on Ravelry from the designer. So 15% off, 6 different yarns, all of them sock yarn, and that is going to go through Sunday, which is the 15th. So that's Kobasi. The second one I have here is called Lungauer Sock and Wool. So this is a silk and wool blend sock yarn from Germany, from Ferner. And this is, I have to look at some of these, 60% superwash wool, 20% silk, and 20% nylon or polyamide. So that is what this is. This is a fun self-striping, rainbowy looking yarn. This is color number 524. And what do you do with one of these? Well, you could make a pair of socks, of course, but sock yarn isn't just for socks. You could also make a little shawl. This is called Reyna, R-E-Y-N-A, and it is a very simple little lacy 1 skein project because this yarn comes in skeins. It's a skein, but 1 skein will make a fun little neckerchief like this. This one happens to be in color 525, if you're interested in getting something that looks like this. So the Ferner Lungauer Sock and Wool is 15% off through Sunday as well. The third one, we'll talk about Das Paar. Das Paar is the pair, I guess. 2 pair of sock, one pair of socks, 2 individual socks that are almost identical will come out of this hank of yarn. When this is untwisted, it becomes 2 equally sized hanks of yarn that are both patterned in this, or printed or dyed in the same patterning sequence. Das Paar is from Scheppel as well, and I gotta see what it is. I think it's 75-25, and this is what happens when you have to flip things, sorry. Yep, 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. It's the same favorited yarn composition. A lot of people really love this. I think this one looks like Halloween. It's got those fun oranges and purples and little blips of white. This is color 2208, if you like that. What does it look like when it's knit up? Well, this one, this is 2205. It's greens and yellows and natural again. But when this is knit up, it looks something like this. So this was knit probably on a sock knitting machine, just a sample to show what the yarn does. And it's this self-patterning yarn. We like to call this faux isle because you don't have to use more than 1 yarn. You just start knitting with this, and the patterning in the yarn creates the fun stripes and little patterns on the sock. So Das Paar comes in lots of colors. Here are a couple others just to tease you with. You can see all the colors on our website. That is Das Paar. Then we can talk about Zauberball Crazy. Yeah, Zauberball Crazy is 15% off as well. That's what this is. This is color 2, 395. And Zauberball Crazy is wound this way using a machine that Scheppel designed. It is unpredictable. The colors change randomly. There are 2 plies in the strand of yarn, and each of the plies is dyed independently and then plied together. So they're both changing color on their own without any regard for the other color of ply. So it's really fun and unpredictable. Every ball of this looks a little bit different. What does it look like knit up? Something, well, this is a different color. This is 1702, but that is what Zauberball Crazy can look like. It's really fun, unpredictable coloring in yarn. You can also make shawls with it, of course, garments. The sky is the limit. It's up to you what you'd like to make with the yarn, but it is 15% off of Zauberball Crazy until Sunday. Then I have 2 more for you. There is this yarn. This is called Admiral. Admiral is a yarn from Scheppel. It is our choice for solid yarns. So this is a 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon solid yarn. This is awesome to make garments with as well. If you'd like to make yourself like the best cardigan ever, if you knit it fine yarn like a sock yarn, it is just a wonderful cardigan. So the Admiral is the 420 meters, 440 yards in a skein. It comes in lots of solid colors. Here's another option, sort of a toned down Halloween version. Then there is its friend. This is Admiral R. Druk. And Admiral R. Druk is a patterned printed yarn, very much like Das Paar, but it is in skein form, and it is a self-patterning, striping and patterning as well. And Admiral R. Druk, when it's translated, is kind of like the name of a person, is what I've been led to believe. So if anyone has any ideas of who Admiral R. Druk is, then let us know. I'd love to hear what that is. Same combination of makeup as this, the 75-25, so you could pattern with both of them, do some kind of a striping thing where maybe there's a solidish stripe and then a patterny stripe. That could still make a really fun project as well. Both of those 15% off through Sunday. So all 6 of those sock yarns are ready to be added to your stash, and you could start knitting on hats and fingerless mitts or fingered mitts, gloves, I guess those are called fingered mitts, right? You can also do shawls, of course, and larger garments, hats, if I didn't say that already. You can make lots of things, of course, with sock yarn besides socks, but also you can make socks. And who doesn't love a pair of hand knit socks? When we are making our hand knit socks, one of my favorite things to do is, when I've blocked them, hand wash them, of course, in cold water, a little bit of wool wash to help get them nice and clean. And then I use the stainless steel sock blockers. This is the kind of blocker that I love the most because it has this really open shape, and the stainless steel is great because it doesn't rust. You wash the sock, squeeze out all the water as much as you can, roll it in a towel and like squish it to get rid of all of that moisture. Then you can put it onto the appropriately sized sock blocker and let it dry, and air can pass through it really easily. You can hang this up so that air can circulate, and then the socks dry and they're nice and clean and ready to wear again. These come in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. The ones I have here are the larger ones, but you can choose the size that works best for the types of socks that you have in your home, and then use those as well. That, I think, might be it. There is a few more things that are exciting in the newsletter, including the winner of our Pacific Northwest Fiber Expo drawing. So if you want to see who won, you can check that out in our newsletter. And if you happen to be in Albany, Oregon this weekend, 1, there's an eclipse, which is really magical. That's going to come up tomorrow, which is Saturday. And 2, if you are at Oregon Flock and Fiber, make sure you come by the booth and say hello to us. Kim and I are both going to be there, and we are excited to get to see people and all of the fun, inspiring things that are in those in-person shows. It is a great joy to get to hang out with other like-minded fiber fanatics, especially at shows like Oregon Flock and Fiber, where there are live animals and shearing and fleeces and people who are spinning and all of the stuff. It is full of inspiration, and hopefully if you're in the area, you'll be able to make it. So I think that's it. It's kind of a rambly, but a rambly Friday the 13th. It's the October Friday the 13th October. I mean, I guess it can ramble a little, right? Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a wonderful and safe weekend doing whatever it is you are doing. Make sure you reach out to friends and family, and we'll see you when Tuesday rolls around. So have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.